Talk About It Tuesday for 2026.
Confirm we are heard.
Can everybody hear us? Anybody let us know?
We hear you.
Okay, good.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So, thanks for joining us. We are going to dive into the instructor certification or the Alabama Emergency Medical Dispatch instructor courses. Of course, this is our staff. We've recently added Arjun to our staff, so we have a full 8 for now. We've got 3 of our staff have gone to standards and best practices. Arjun is in a class here, and then Michelle's down the hall. So you know how to get us if you need us. But we are going to dive into the instructor processes and updates and things. If you were signed on today and you are currently an instructor, you likely received, and you should have received, an email from me that had a lot of information that we're going to go over today, but wanted to do this live and show it to you through the portal and talk about the new stuff coming up. That way anyone can reference that. I'm a visual learner. I don't know about you guys, but this is easier for me when I'm learning something new. So I wanted to kind of bestow that upon all of you as well. So go ahead. So first and foremost, if you don't know already, we have announced the date for our instructor course. It is a 3-day course in person. And our first course is February 25th through 27th here at our office in Montgomery. And the following 3 classes will be June, August, and November. The 3 listed there, those locations have not been set, but they will be in different areas. All 4 of these will be in different areas of the state. So as you do, keep abreast of what's going on by following our socials, our newsletters, going to our website and our training registration site so that you can see when these open, but they will be advertised in all of the same ways as we have done this one. So first, let's talk a little bit about the prerequisite. Previously, for instructors, there was a requirement that you have an instructor certificate for something else. And we have removed that prerequisite because the development of this course is a lot more geared to be similar to a train the trainer type course. So this is not just going to be teaching you how to teach ALEMD, but it will be preparing you to be an instructor for other things, how to set a classroom and teach different generations and just all the things that go along with being an instructor classroom style specifically. So we removed that prerequisite. Of course, as a practitioner, you have to have your valid PST and CPR. You have to have that as well, of course, as an instructor. But additionally, you have to have one of 2 things: either 2 years experience as a certified Alabama emergency medical dispatch practitioner, not IAED, ProQA, not APCO. Our program specifically, 2 years certified and experience performing those duties. Or if you serve in a trainer role, in a capacity in which your main duty is training in a classroom setting, and you have done that for at least 2 years with valid proof or documentation of that, one of those 2 things you need to have. And we did that because we know there are people in certain agencies that's all they do is they train the new people. And we believe that you can be a trainer for this class if you have been doing that. But we don't want someone who's never trained before and has just been doing ALEMD for 6 months to try and become an instructor, because we really want you to have enough experience to offer the people that you're teaching. So that is what the prerequisite for becoming an instructor now. As far as renewal goes, it will be very similar to what it is for a practitioner, your 24 continued education units per renewal period, which is 2 years. Of course, maintaining your CPR certification, but you must teach or co-teach at least 1 class per 12 months. So if you became certified in February, by the next February, you need to have taught 1 class, and then by the following, another class within that 12 months. So 1 per year, in addition to your continued education. And you'll get a renewal issued through Alabama, just like practitioners do. So this is what we are going to go through in the instructor portal. If you are currently an instructor, you have access to this portal. It is linked through My Alabama with your email address listed within the portal. So Daniel, go ahead.
And while we're on that subject, although it is completely linked with My Alabama, and that will be the same login credentials that you use, the starting point that you will use to get to the instructor portal is through the emd.al911board.com here in that button that you see there on the screen.
Yes, and I'm going to show you all of these things. We're going to go live. So here we go, guys.
Can you stop sharing?
Yes.
Okay, you're
Let's
sharing now.
see. Am I sharing? All right. Sorry, people. Let's get this going. I can't. Stand by, folks. Here we go. Okay, so here we are on the instructor portal. emd.al911board.com. And this is where everyone goes to get the digital version of EMD. But at the very bottom here, we're going to go to instructor portal. So you can see here that it will say, please sign in using your My Alabama credentials. If you are already logged in, it will give you this option, go to ALEMD home, and that's where we're going to go. And so here you're going to see all of the instructor materials. And I want to just point out here, when we add stuff to the instructor manual, or we have additional quizzes or interactive activities or anything that maybe you guys as instructors or practitioners reach out and say, hey, I really wish you had this to it. This will be where those changes are added. So we will likely not send an email out every time something minor is changed. So it's kind of up to you to be responsible for checking these materials and checking it against what you have. But if there is something major, for instance, if we have updated the choking instructions, or we have added new slides to the PowerPoint, or anything that's significant that we want to ensure you have, you will be notified via email from me, and it will come to your email just like you received the previous. So just so you're aware, that's where any changes will be made and added. So as an instructor, now you're required to have an open class. And so to start that class, rather than doing the DocuWare forms like we've previously done, we've integrated it all within My Alabama here through this instructor portal. So I'm going to walk you through starting a new class. So you're going to go to the left panel and go add new class. And you'll see here, it gives you a training location drop down. If you have your location is not listed here, you can add that by going add new location right here. But we're going to, for purposes now, we're going to do a drop down. And so we're just going to pick the first one. We're going to pick Opelika Police Department. And then date of first in-person instruction. This must be 3 weeks or more after the day you open this class. It is required to be open for 3 weeks for outside agencies to have the opportunity to sign up to attend these classes if there are spots open. So we're just going to go and pick a class in April 28th. So you may have people that work different hours. You don't have to start this class at 8 o'clock. You can start it at a different time. Just be sure that you put the correct time when you create your class, because the flyer and I advertise it on social media and all the places. And I want to make sure that we have the correct time. We don't want someone showing up to your agency 2 hours before you start or 2 hours after. So we're going to say that you want to start at 8:30. You add that. And your attendance capacity must be 12 per instructor. So there are some agencies, I know for certain St. Clair County has 2 instructors in their department. So if you wanted to have a larger class, if you had a lot of people within your agency and you wanted to make sure that others surrounding could attend, you could do 2 instructors, then you would have 24. But with 1 instructor, you're required to have 12. So you're going to do 12 here for your attendance capacity. And then under your instructor, you're just going to start typing your name. Again, you're linked here. So anyone who is a current instructor is listed right here. So we're just going to do me. And this box here is really important. I want everyone who is an instructor or a future instructor to pay attention to. As an instructor for ALEMD, you are responsible for ensuring that the students that attend your class have completed their prerequisites and you verify them. And this is what it's saying, making sure that you certify, you understand you are responsible for verifying those prerequisites. And we're going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. You're going to check that box and press save. So you see it says form successfully submitted. So immediately upon adding your class, you're going to want to add your PSTs to it. I imagine most people who are instructors are not just teaching a class to open it and without intention of teaching their people. And we immediately, when you do this, the class is open on the public link. So go immediately and register your people. So what you're going to do is go to the left side and go to My Classes. And we are going to pick
April 28th.
Yes, I'm sorry, the image right here was in my way. So April 28th class. And we're going to add my PSTs to the ALEMD roster. So you're going to do a drop down. Now, as I'm listed here, it's with our employees here. So we're just going to add Daniel. Only the people that are employed with your agency will pop up here. And you don't have to do anything other than do a drop down. You're going to add Jesse and Daniel. And once you save that, you go here to this little purple refresh or the refresh on your screen and go here, and you can see that they have registered here for the class. Now we go to where we have people who are registering from other agencies. And let me, I can't see my top screen because
It's up there.
there we go. No. Sorry, guys, hold on. I can't get up here because of the technical difficulties. Not really difficulties. Thank you. Awesome sauce. Don't put it, I don't want to. Just move it in the middle. It's fine. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So here we are on our public registration link where anybody can register. And you go to the Alabama EMD tab and then select the course. So we're just going to scroll down to that April 28th course. And anyone can register. So I'm just going to register an employee from Pelham. I already asked them, and I told them this would be a test. So when they got that email. So here we're registering Leanne, and any student who registers or a supervisor who registers their PSTs outside of your agency will be required to upload their prerequisites here. This is in an attempt to make it easy on you as an instructor to verify those prerequisites. So we're going to upload CPR and PST certification here. And we're just going to go do 1 and 2. And then our virtual academy.
It's important to know that we request that somebody signing up from outside your agency should have completed the day 1 already.
Yes.
So
you see that I uploaded 3 things here, and there is not a mechanism in which this app is checking that to ensure it is valid. That is your job. So once you do that and you go save, it's going to show that she has been registered. And you're going to go here and refresh, and you will be able to see the people who have registered for your class. Additionally, you will be able to see their email address. I know that Clarissa is hosting a class in Enterprise on the 20th and was inquiring, how do I get their email addresses? I know a lot of instructors will want to send emails to you guys prior to. So that is easy to access right here. However, when you have someone coming from another agency, you need to check their prerequisites. This is where you will go, grading and prerequisites. So you see here, Leanne's are uploaded, and they're right here. So you're going to click here to view it. And you can see what was uploaded. Obviously, that is not what you need, but this gives you the option to look at both.
that one's going to know.
Okay. You get the drift. And then you can look at the second one here by clicking VA day one. That is also going to download. So these are your tools to verify those prerequisites for the outside agencies. If you are registering your people, you are saying, I know that they have their 40-hour and their CPR and their virtual academy day one. Yes.
Something that we added, and this is new. If you've been in here, we added this last week with Clarissa's request. She had multiple people sign up from an outside class where they didn't upload one of the documents. And so what I added is this little 3-dot button, My AL 911 Records.
Right here.
So you can click that. And what that does is it will show you all of the records that are related to this particular class. So if they have an EMD certification, if they have ALPST, and if they have CPR, those things will show up. It doesn't show all of their records, all of their CPUs that we have in My Alabama, but it's just another way for you to check. Because in her case, somebody had submitted their CPR and their day one, but they had not done their PST certification. Well, she can also click this now and see that we already have it in My Alabama. So that is verifying as far as she needs to go.
Yes, correct. So that being said, just keep an eye on the dates and make sure they're valid as far as that goes. But that
and you
was
can click the details there, and it's the same as if you're looking at your own PST's records, where you can click the details and download the certificate if you physically want to see that as well.
Yep. So you can do that and click that to download it. So this is just an easy way to help you guys in verifying those. I know that that can be a daunting task since we're requiring you to have it open. So we were trying to do everything we could to make it as easy as possible for you in doing that. So those are the two methods of doing so. Additionally, you will have their email address and their contact information, and we are not out of touch. So if something comes up and you are not sure what to do, or you haven't been able to get in touch with them, obviously you just need to reach out with us. So, okay, so we've talked about adding the new classes. When you push the save button and add a new class, I am notified. And what I do from that point forward is I will get the flyer created, and Michelle will put it on our website, and we will put that in our newsletter and on social media and all of those things. It will be immediately open on the public registration link. And then I contact this Jen. So the instructor will receive an email notification that we have created a team for that class. It will be with the date, your first initial and last name, and the city in which the class is being held. So there is one in February, and it is in Wetumpka, and Rob Wright is the instructor. So it is 2026.2.11, and then R Wright, etc. This is just an easy way for us to keep up with those classes, and you'll be receiving an invitation. Once you received invitation from this Jen, you will be an owner of that class, and you will have access to use that portal to practice and get familiar with it prior to your class beginning. So that's just a little bit about that. So I want to go back home on the portal and just show you just briefly a little bit about the different resources here. First, you've got your instructor manual. This is what can be printed and put in a 3-ring binder for you to use. And it has everything that you need. At the beginning, it starts with the policies, the procedures, the grading rubric. It gives you a breakdown of how to do the class on what day, kind of what to do each day time-wise. Yes, as an example, I mean, you are the instructor and you know what you do best. And depending on the size of your class, that may vary. But we wanted to give you some guidelines and parameters if you didn't know and if you're new at this, and because it's new information. So this is, how many pages is this? Gosh, 200 pages or something? Yes, it is actually 200 pages. And it goes through everything. There are places for you to put notes, but we also provided, if you look here, we kind of broke down what everything is in the instructor manual. So you've got kind of a script to go along with each PowerPoint slide that we provide. So if you're not exactly sure, and we know that you're going to make that your own, we want you to do that, but we wanted to, again, give you a baseline to begin with. And then a lot of other things, teaching tips and prompts and things. Again, you make your class what you make it and what's best for you and your students. And then basically it just goes through every slide. There's an image of the slide on there. There's notes, place for you to write your own notes and things like that. So the class presentation, that is your PowerPoint, and it of course goes along with your manual. You can download this and add stuff to it. If you have calls that you want to play from your agency, or you find calls yourself, you can do that. So just kind of wanted to show you what it looks like. If you haven't looked at it, the first part of the class is the review from the Virtual Academy online 2-hour portion. And you just go through the review of that, and then you begin the rest of the class. And then here's a sample class schedule. I don't need to pull that up for you. But essentially those are the materials that we've provided. Now there is the student manual or student workbook?
Mm-hmm. Click that.
Under, okay.
Yep. It's the last one.
Yeah, it was blocked. Okay, so here's a student workbook that you guys can print for your students. It is extremely basic, and we did that intentionally so that your students are engaged and they are taking notes and writing things down. Sorry, here we go. So the policies are at the beginning, all of those the information they need to know about how they're graded and things like that. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Basically, they have a place where they can write notes. We did include key takeaways for certain slides, but this is all review. So let's just slide down here. So for instance, this key takeaways, these are 3 important notes that you're going to make sure that they know and retain for the final assessment and such like that. So you can print this also and put it in a 3-ring binder for your students. And then here are all the other things. Your final assessment, the test is 50 questions, and currently it is being done on paper, and you will submit the grade in the instructor portal where we went to my classes. And go ahead.
Let's go back to the other thing. We'll get to the grading when we talk about the end of the class. I wanted to go over the instructor submitted resources.
Okay, you go ahead with that.
So can I take your mouse?
Yeah.
So we don't have to change the share here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just another thing that I've added that we really haven't talked about with anybody yet, but it's something that we want to debut today and give to the instructors as something to use. Under instructor submitted resources, I'm going to click this. You can add resources. This could be YouTube videos that you use for your class. This could be documents that support a certain aspect of the training. It can be whatever you think or like. And when you add that information here, you can select that it be available to all ALEMD instructors. And so that would show up here for every single person that is also an instructor, or you can select it to not share and just be a resource for you to hold some extra information that you might use in your classroom teaching. I think that's something that could be very useful if you find something that fits perfectly to share to all the other instructors as something that they can draw from if they need to. And just to continue going over the rest of the home, the class presentation and the sample class schedule, all of this stuff is in the instructor manual, but it just is a bit, whoops, click the wrong button. Get my mouse over here. It's displayed in the hope is that you could show this during your class as a way to show the schedule without having to just go through the paper. It's a little bit more streamlined and easier to read, or I would assume. Okay. The same thing is also available for the grading rubric and the policies and procedures, where it's just displayed a little bit differently than what you would see, as well as having a grade estimator. So you can show people how you have to have a 70% on any given section. I'm sorry, you have to have an 80% on any given section, 70% overall. Mm-hmm. Okay. But you can show them how their participation really matters and their skills participation and how easily they can drop from one thing to another. It's just another way to show them, because it can be complicated for some people to understand a grading rubric and the legalese written on the paper. Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm done sharing. So I'm gonna
Then I
stop.
do the grading.
Oh, I already stopped sharing.
Okay.
No. Let me go back. Let me go back. Sorry, guys. Okay. So my classes, and we're going to go to the April 28th class, grading and prerequisites here. So this is how you're going to enter the grade for each student. So you'll have your class participation, which you have the rubric for, and the skills performance, and then the final exam. So basically you're going to put their grade in here. We're just going to do all this and then 90. And when you do that, you're going to save.
And then don't click the last button. You'll do that for each student. And once you click that button, you'll see that the finalize and issue certificate button happens.
Mhm.
When you click that button, it issues their new ALEMD certificate to them directly on the Alabama 911 and downloads it to your computer so that you can print it out for them in real time at the class.
You want to look at it?
Yeah, I can delete that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So here's the certificate. Issued on, expires on. Here goes. So they have a physical certificate within My Alabama, and then you also have the copy of it for your records if you need them, or if they, for some reason, are unable to access it. Now I'm going to stop sharing. And we will keep going. And I do see the questions in the chat, and I will get to those when we get to the end. That's good for you guys. So I know that it is a new thing with the leaving this open for 3 weeks ahead of time, but I have seen so many people take advantage and be able to take advantage of taking an EMD practitioner course that they wouldn't have been able to before because they didn't have an instructor. And we know that this has been coming for a really long time. And so that's why we're so excited about having this new instructor class. And ideally, I think it'd be fantastic for every agency to at minimum have one instructor, if not two. And so our goal in having this quarterly for this year and spread in different locations and the dates already being set are for you guys to prepare yourselves, prepare your PSTs that you want to send, your staffing, whatever that looks like for you guys to take advantage of it. Because once 2027 hits, we have not made that plan yet as far as how often we'll have it, where we'll have it, if we will have a train the trainer course so that there can be some others and we're not bringing anyone in. So just keep that in mind and take advantage when you're able to. And remember that in opening your class to other people, not only are you building your skills, but you're, sharing the knowledge that you have. And we are really greatly appreciative of that. Okay. So our conference is less than 4 months away, March 4th through 7th in Huntsville at the Marriott at the Space and Rocket Center. And we have released almost an entirely full schedule if you go on the conference website. And I am elated. Like, I cannot tell you guys how excited I am about this conference. We have added some new things that we haven't had in the past. And I'm going to tell you just briefly about them. First, our pre-conference course is with Level Up 911, which you all know and love, and we do as well. And it is a self-defense course, and I'm extremely excited. They have worked hard to get this developed. We talked to them over a year ago about it, and as soon as they said it was out there, I was like, we got to jump on that because this is a perfect opportunity. We have so many people in one place in a large space, hands-on self-defense. And I know at some juncture I was talking about, throwing someone down, they're making fun of me, but that's okay. Level Up's going to teach me how to do it, and I'm prepared. So I hope all of you are as well. While this class was created for those who are telecommunicators, the mindset was you're walking out with a uniform shirt and you have a badge on, or someone could potentially target someone not knowing that you're a telecommunicator, thinking you're law enforcement, or maybe even thinking you are a telecommunicator. And I always, in my previous agency, sometimes I would go to a window and deal with someone in the public that was really agitated and might not have been mentally stable. Same with prisoners or anything like that. And having something like this in my back pocket, being a telecommunicator is fantastic, but in general. So if you work in a center or you don't, bring your family, bring your friends, anybody that you think would benefit from this. Is $20, 4 hours, and it kind of gets our conference right. Like, prepare your body to prepare your mind to learn for the next few days, right? And that evening we are having, we can go to the next slide. We are having a reception, a welcome reception at the Space and Rocket Center, Cocktails and Cosmos. And Daniel and I are actually going up there next week, and we're going to film a fun video. But this is going to be sponsored by Datamark, one of our title sponsors, and it is going to be fantastic. That's in the evening of May 4th. And May 5th, you can see this. I'm not going to go through everything. We are going to have a repeat of our casino night, but this year it's going to be even more fantastic because not only are we dressing up Roaring 20 style with a competition of best dressed for a nice prize, but also we will be under a rocket. And who can say that they have been to a casino under a rocket? I don't think many people can say that. So you guys can. And then the other things that we have added that I'm super excited about are an awards luncheon, May 7th. In digital and the board have done 1 or 2 awards every conference from the last few years. And this year it's going to be a little different. We're going to incorporate some awards like organizations that have invested the most in training for their people or attended most classes in person, or most certificates. There's going to be a lot of different categories, and you will be notified if your center or anyone in your center is nominated. But we would really hope you guys all are able to attend that because it's going to be great to showcase the good work that everyone is doing out there, and we appreciate it. And then on Friday, we are going to have 2 things we've never done before. We are going to have an exclusive executive breakfast. This is a by invitation only breakfast that is for PSAP and ECD directors. It will have our executive staff, our board members, and then there will be some vendors that have sponsored the conference. This is in an attempt to have a more intimate conversation with leadership, and it's going to be delicious. The food at this Marriott is amazing. Daniel and I went, my gosh, it's been forever ago, and had a little bit of a taste test, and whew, chef's kiss, you guys, so good. I know you guys enjoyed the DoubleTree last 2 years, but this is amazing as well. And then we will have a post-conference ENP boot camp, 8-hour boot camp. If you are preparing for your ENP, I highly recommend this. This will be put on by 9-1 Wonder Women, Sarah Weston, and Ty Wooten. And this will be exactly what it says, a boot camp to help you prepare to take the ENP exam. So those are all some very exciting new things. The ENP boot camp registration will be released later this week. They do have a separate link. And that is advertised for so many people. And another thing we're going to have that, and you can look at our schedule, and I know that we are running, it's 10:33. So we're getting to the end of when we typically end the conference, but there will be a couple sessions where we have people from other states come in. One is kind of a, where are we with NG 911, where we're going, and Leah will be leading that session with other directors in other states. And I'm really excited about that, just because not only will you guys be able to see how it's done differently in other areas, they'll be able to see how we do it, and bring some of their people. So there won't just be Alabama attendees. There will be people from surrounding states as well. Okay, upcoming classes, we are full of them, and we're so happy about that. Very thankful to offer these classes to you guys. And as long as you are able to continue to participate, we'll continue to offer them. The 15th, so in 2 days, we have a cybersecurity course, and this is for every person who uses a device. This is not the war games. This is if you use a device and you get emails and you get texts and you get clickable items, this is for you. So it is for anybody in your space. Still not too late to register. It's in Hoover. And then right now there's a VEP session here at the board, but we have them in February. We have the crisis call taking class in Talladega in February. and then the Denise Amber Lee class in Decatur on the 24th and Auburn the 26th. Both of those classes are full, but there is a wait list. And so that is a phenomenal class. Can't wait to explore that with you guys. And then you can see the rest of these crisis call taking in Decatur in March, CTO wellness. We will be offering, this has been something that I've had several people reach out to me about, when are you going to offer another in-person 40-hour course? As you guys know, last year we offered it every month. And to be quite frank, the participation was not what it needed to be to justify the cost and the time. And so we want to be good stewards of our instructors' time and with our finances. And so we decided to reduce that to quarterly. And I've set the dates for the whole year. March 23rd is the first. And I'll release the rest of those dates probably in the next week, but locations to be determined. And then, of course, our conference. And we will be having the NINA Center Supervisor course in May. And that is a 3-day course. It'll be the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of Memorial Day week, I believe. So not Memorial Day, the next day. And then APCO is having their winter workshop February 10th in Clanton. I always enjoy this workshop. If you have not registered, be sure and go to the website and register for that. And reminders as we have every Talk About It Tuesday. Upload, validate, and aggregate your GIS data. I'm certain that Anderson's going to have more to come with where we're going in VEP maintenance and such moving forward. If you're hiring, email us, Michelle. She'll put that on our website. If you are hosting a class, I know Tuscaloosa is really great at this. Shout out to Cassie if you're on here, sending us the classes that you guys are hosting for us to advertise for you on our website. I love that. I love that we have so many, but additionally other people saying, hey, we're offering this. We'd love for you to attend. So those are there as well. They're not on our My Alabama registration, but they are on our website. So please feel free to email those to us so we can advertise for you. Your fiscal year 26 legacy reimbursement is due by the 10th of every month. And please forgive me, I updated the very top with 26, but the second one is 25. So 2026, you guys. And then if you send people to the PST, be sure that you request for your reimbursement on our website. Be sure that they have been added to My Alabama. You will not get your reimbursement if they have not been added to My Alabama. Even if they've left, they still have to have been put on the site. Speaking of My Alabama, Jesse.
We have a few birthdays today that I'm going to give a shout out to. So happy birthday to Reagan Forbes, Dylan Clark, and Jessica Smith.
Yay! Happy birthday, you guys. So Daniel, we always love some random little tidbits of information within My Alabama. And so Daniel has put a little birthday calendar. So we know whose birthday. I think I was at, oh gosh, where was I? I was somewhere, Gulf Coast maybe. And it was Raven and yes, Raven Wade and oh my gosh, I can't remember, Nikki Nettles and their birthdays. And I told them happy birthday. And they probably were like, how in the world do you know? It is because Daniel put this on My Alabama. So it's interesting to see. And then just a fun fact, if you didn't know, the average age of a telecommunicator is 37 and a half. I think that's what we figured.
I have to go check it.
We'd have to go check it now, but that was a couple board meetings ago. We dropped that little knowledge just for fun. I love little things like that, and he loves those rabbit holes as well. So okay, let's see what we have here. Chat. Carla from Randolph County, what if your agency is small? There's not enough room for 12 people. If that's the case, I will help you find somewhere and we can explore some different options. But the goal is obviously to have as many openings as possible if we are able to. And we do have connections in other places where we would happily offer or help find a place that had more space to accommodate that, especially if we had the numbers. If you open the class and you didn't have anybody register from outside, then you might not even have to have a space for 12. But if a lot of people just signed up, and we would help you accommodate that. Okay. Can my current instructor proceed with teaching my trainee now because we need her to be taking medical calls ASAP? Kelly. If she is an instructor listed on this list and has access to this, she can do everything we showed you today. But that is how certificates are issued. That is how the process goes currently and moving forward. So that's what she needs to do, everything we've done today. Lauderdale, is there a virtual academy class required for the instructor course? I'm registered in February. Okay, there is not. There is not an online class for the instructor class. Just that is strictly for the practitioner. And hotel recommendations. I'll be honest, the instructor for this class messaged me and said, hey, the hotels are either outrageous or sold out. So legislative session begins this week. And we're right down the road from the Capitol. So there are a lot of people that are in town Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for those sessions. So my recommendation would probably be checking in Prattville. They're probably less expensive and have more availability. It is not very far of a drive and traffic is not too bad. We all come from Birmingham and we drive through Prattville and it is not too bad.
Yeah.
So
Can I
that
weigh
would
in
be
here,
what I
Laura?
was. I'm sorry?
Can I weigh in here?
Yeah.
Since I am local.
Yes.
Yes, Prattville, if you're finding the hotels downtown Montgomery too expensive or unavailable, Prattville is a really good option. It's 10 minutes up the interstate. The hotels are reasonably priced, and there are a lot of hotels in different chains up there for you to choose from. And there's also a lot of places to eat in the evening.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so just a couple little things. When we're talking about EMD, the deadline for taking the half hour, and it's more like 12 to 20 minute refresher on Virtual Academy to maintain your current practitioner certificate was December 31st. That course is still active on Virtual Academy. As of the last day of January, it will no longer be active. And Jesse will be going through every agency who uses our EMD to ensure that every person that is employed in that agency, if they have been certified, have taken that refresher course. If you have not taken it or your people have not taken it, if you're not sure, please sign on to My Alabama and double check and make sure that it has been done, or on Virtual Academy if it's been done in the last few days, to ensure that it's been done. Because once we pull that audit and find anyone who hasn't, they will be required to take a full 3-day course to be certified. This has been out for months, and this is an important aspect of us transitioning to the new version in 2026. New year, new us, new EMD, right? So please make sure everyone has done that. I don't want to have to reach out to someone and say, hey, by the way, you're not certified any longer. I need you to take a 3-day course. So be very aware of that. Check your numbers, check your people. And if you have questions, reach out to me. So there's that. Secondly, the ECD certification form is active on My Alabama.
Yeah.
Annual certification, excuse me. And Daniel has sent,
It's only in the email directly to ECD directors.
Yeah.
If you did not get that email, you can reach out to, probably Adam is still the best person for that, to get access to the ECD annual certification, which is still done through My Alabama.
But it is due at the end of the month.
The process has been improved.
Yes, much improved.
It's a lot easier to get through now. There are multiple steps, but they're all under one form, and progress is saved between each step. So if you do one, you can come back and do the second one later as needed.
They're welcome to reach out to me also if they need that link or need to know how to get to it.
Awesome. I think that's it. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, I know that we've gotten some in the chat. This video will be rendered, put on YouTube, and we will likely put it on the instructor resources so that anyone who is an instructor that was not able to watch this, or if you want to rewatch it for some reason, that it will be there, but it will also be where we keep all of our Talk About It Tuesday videos once we complete them and put them up. Does anybody else have any questions before we head out? We appreciate you hanging in with us on all of the updates and the new things I can't tell you how excited I am about the new processes. Daniel has knocked it out of the park on the digital version. Let me actually one more thing. It is all EMD, y'all.
5 people have left.
I know, that's
It's time
okay.
to wrap up.
It's fine. If you should have received an email from me. Anyone who uses our EMD should have received an email that tells you about a couple things within the book that were misprinted. Thank you, Roy Waite. Shout out to you for finding some of those in our first EMD in-person practitioner course. But we will be sending everyone a sticker to go over that page to correct those misprints. We additionally will be likely sending stickers to everyone to go over the choking page. There have been some updates through AHA and ARC, and we are waiting on the Office of EMS to sign off on those updates. And when those are complete, we will be sending stickers to everyone who has a book. We will be updating them in real time on digital EMD. You will be notified by me and with an email, and it will be changed in, is that it?
The instructor information.
Yeah.
So we'll also be adding the Virtual Academy course to give that so that you can,
yes.
you can tell your PSTs that use Alabama AMD or that don't use Alabama AMD, because it's really just a general update to the choking. They really are recommending 5 back blows now before the Heimlich, and alternating between 5 back blows and 5 abdominal thrusts. So that's really the biggest difference.
And
there's some
then
changes.
with the infants, putting your
there's some-
hands around them and using your thumbs rather than using 2 fingers. But we'll make a video and put it out there so anybody can take it. It won't be required, but it will be there. But you will be notified when those changes have been signed off on. So for now, use what you have. But we will send those out to update, and we will be purchasing new books for those who don't have the books. If you're an instructor and you have not received your 12 books for your class that we told you, I promise you're going to get them. We did not get enough books, and we are waiting for this change to be signed off on so that we can purchase new books with the change already in there instead of putting stickers in books we have to get printed. So if you need books, reach out to me before your next class. Anyway, now we're done. It has been a lovely morning with you guys. I hope you're staying warm. Winter is finally wintering, and I'm ready to go back to spring. So y'all have a fantastic day. Reach out to us if you have any questions for this or otherwise, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Hi, everybody.